Hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. I'm not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I have studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the warden, chauffeur, Shelly. Together we host what I like to call the Friday Night Feast. Wow. This happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. We'll go to the cook an entree, maybe a couple of snacks, show you how to do it. Then we'll spend the rest of the evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. We hope you can tune in sometime. Today's video is a special edition MS Journey for week 198. Here the last few months I've been doing them live, but we've been a little busy and we went on a little excursion this weekend. So I figured this would be a great way to recap the weekend and explain to y'all what's going on. We just left the hotel and we're gonna go eat breakfast, and I'll check back with y'all afterwards. Why don't you tell them what's going on, Shelly? What did we do exactly? You had a little event you wanted to do this weekend.
Yeah, so it was the Ghost Coast Festival, which we went to yesterday. And I enjoyed my time. I guess you could talk more about from your perspective.
I thought it was kind of neat, but also I felt like I went to a farmer's market. They had everybody had their individual little booths set up doing this, that, and the other thing, which is really cool. But my trauma with that was the terrain was uneven. I could not get around very well.
Your destination is on the right.
Yeah, you did have trouble with that.
But and then I broke a chair while I was there. But we'll get into that in a little bit, and I'll show y'all pictures of that. Well, you have seen them at the beginning.
Well, you know what I might do, because it does look like they've got a bit of a wait. I see people out front, so I might drop you off and you go in, get us at least signed in while we find parking.
All right, that makes sense too. It's been an ordeal weekend. We'll get into that on the way home.
Well, I would.
No, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, but
because some of it, I think, honestly, a lot of it, or not a lot of it, but some of it was user error. We didn't do our research.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I wouldn't say an ordeal. I mean, there were some good points, right?
Yes, there was. I mean, overall, it was a good weekend.
Well, and then, so after the festival, we, that morning, yesterday morning, you remember we started by,
going to Dutch.
Well, yeah, Dutch, of course, right, y'all? But then we also went to
that bookstore.
The bookstore. What did you think of that?
I thought it was really impressive.
Yeah,
Only thing I didn't like, they didn't have the book you wanted.
Right. Well, they just didn't have used books.
Right.
Even though it's called a used bookstore.
They used up our time.
Yeah.
You're gonna drop me off here?
I guess, yeah.
Am I taking my phone with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's
all right, we're gonna cut here. Oh man, that was a really good breakfast actually. I'm glad we made a change of plans.
It is voted as the best breakfast on the island.
And for the price of one of us to eat at that buffet, we both ate at this restaurant. And saved a little bit more.
Right, actually, even with tip, this was less expensive.
And then we also figured out we have time to go to a local farmer's market. So that's where we're headed next.
Yeah, being able to, eat, because right now...
Take the next left onto 13th Street.
It's 11, which is when we would have had to eat at the other place, because it didn't open till 11.
Right. So all around win-win, I feel like.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Harborside.
We had a little bit of an issue with the hotel.
I talk about it on my word report, but
I'm very upset with them because we made a reservation for this hotel, but obviously that gives you a room only, but not valet, because they only have valet parking. They don't have their own parking lot.
Right.
But it didn't reserve. When we got there, they said their valet was full. I'm like, well, how is that possible? And I was talking to the guys about it, and they're like, well, we just had too many people show up at once. They had some kind of big event going on, and then everybody was there for that and wasn't actually staying at the hotel, though.
Yeah, and what was he telling you? Because Heath, of course, is chit-chatty, right? But he's not a social person.
I'm not. I don't like people.
But he's all standing. In fact, I'm waiting in the car, and he's all chit-chatting with them forever. And I was like, is he ever going to...
He was explaining to us where we could go and park.
Oh. No, I heard you joking and stuff with them.
Well, yeah, 'cause, okay. My thing is their customer service, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you get better customer service? Well, I can't say it to people, but the way I feel about it is help me help you. You got to kind of schmooze them a little bit.
Well,
you get more from them that way. You got to get on their level.
Yeah.
You got to kind of make a connection. You got to kind of be a politician about it.
Well, and that's, I'm going to say it, in all my years of doing customer service, over 20 years, the people who were nicer to me, we are kind of bobblehead, but the people who were nicer to me, I would try to help more.
Right.
And I get that, but,
Well, they say you can't get blood from a turnip.
well, what made me mad, and what I explained to, I guess, the general manager this morning, is I called a week ago because when I was reading reviews, some people had said there was a garage parking for free right there. And so some people, because I like valet, but I know some people,
we got luggage and whatnot.
Some people hate valet. They hate the idea.
Somebody else driving their car.
Somebody driving their car, them paying, and then having to wait for the car. I want to know, what about y'all? Do you prefer valet or not?
I love it. When it's done right.
Yeah, and so, but when I saw there was potentially free garage parking, I was like, what? And so I called, and she said, no, ma'am, we only offer valet. There's no street parking. The garage is a third party, right? It's how she told me. So we don't recommend that, is what she told me over the phone. So imagine our shock and dismay when we show up right before check-in and we are told no valet is available. And you said the guy had, told you they only have 100 parking spots.
Right.
But
it's a 200 room,
236 room hotel, but they only have 100 reserved spots for valet.
All right. That tells me that's messed up too.
Yeah, that means you
don't even... only have valet?
Yeah.
Something doesn't work here.
Right.
You should have at least one spot for each room.
Yes. If that's all you're going to offer.
Right.
We're right by the cruise port, y'all.
Aww.
Remember when we went on the low carb cruise last year? We came right down here.
Right.
So yeah, at first I was like, well, that's disappointing. Especially when we checked in and our reservation for dinner wasn't for a couple of hours.
Right.
I was like, okay, so we were going to go to our room and chill. Well, we had to, quote unquote, illegally park.
Right.
Because there was no valet. And he was like, yeah, just go find a spot. So I found a spot. And I was like, I was nervous because I'm like, what if they tow us or something?
Right.
Since it technically wasn't a parking place.
Well, I mean, we were on their property, it wasn't really a designated parking spot.
No.
Yeah.
And he told you later, yeah, those aren't parking. People are parking there. And I thought he said technically they could be towed.
Yeah.
But they're not doing it yet or something like that. Yeah, there's the Carnival cruise. Which ship is it?
I don't know, honestly.
Let's see.
I don't know if it has exactly, but the way the buildings are in front of it, I think it's blocking it.
Let's see. Oh, it's right there. Carnival Dream. We've been on that one.
Yeah. Oh, I see it now. Okay. Usually I thought it was down lower.
Yeah. So anyways, so at first I was like, okay, that's a little crappy.
Yeah. No, it's a lot crappy, actually.
Yeah.
Turn left onto 33rd Street.
33rd. And then there's no bellhop, which...
Yeah, that's messed up, too.
Yeah, especially for a 4-star hotel. I thought those generally had bellhops.
Everything was self-service.
And then, yeah, which meant... Because normally when we've stayed...
Left onto 33rd Street. Then your destination will be on the right.
And I told the person this, I said, I've stayed at a lot of historic, because I do like historic hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And I've stayed at a lot of historic hotels that, yeah, you know, they would have valet, or, you know, there's been a couple where you could self-park as well.
Parking says right there.
That's not where we're going,
Oh, okay.
baby. And then after the self-parking, you know, then they would still have a bellhop, so you could still get there and have that service. Sorry, I'm looking here. I think
Your
this is it,
destination
right?
is on the right.
But the main reason why we picked this hotel, because it's rumored to be haunted.
Yeah.
And the most haunted floor is the 5th floor, is what we picked.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only reason why we picked it. Honestly, is because it was supposed to be extravagant and haunted.
Yeah, and that's what I told the person. I guess I can park right
Oh,
there.
right at the area end too. But
Would you rather go
No,
to
that's
the
fine.
end and back, or
no,
in
that's
the middle?
perfect. That's right here. Actually, I'm sorry. Very good, actually.
Yeah, it's a historic hotel. It's supposed to be very haunted, and you know, and I read all these things about, you know, it sounded like opulence, you know, and I mean, it did look opulent,
Yeah.
right?
It looked very bougie. It sounded very bougie.
It did,
But we've had better service actually at like a Holiday Inn.
and that's what I told him. I said I could have just stayed at an IHG property because we would have had to park ourselves,
All right.
bring our own luggage, and get our own ice. Because usually,
Yeah.
when I've stayed at other places, then the bellhop would go and get the ice for you and everything, and you know, help you settle in your room and have turn down service and all that. And I was like, so what am I paying for here? You know,
Yeah.
it was a $500 a night room, y'all.
And,
That's a
that
lot
was-
of money to me for a hotel room.
It was kind of weird too. The only thing that upset me about the room itself was the bathroom.
Yeah.
We have right now. There's more room between the two of us than there is from the cabinet and the toilet.
Yeah, it kind of was.
I scraped my leg getting up and down.
Yeah, because the cabinet was like butt against the toilet. And you remember the one hotel in in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was the Emily Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we went there and we had checked in. It was another historic hotel.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
And now this is back when he weighed 500 pounds,
Yeah.
right? Pre-keto.
I couldn't even fit in to use that bathroom.
He couldn't use the toilet because
It was just too big.
yeah, and it was another one where it was wedged in, and it was actually considered a traditional toilet where it's lowered to the ground.
That part doesn't bother me so much, and that one truly was historic. But my beef with this one, all they had to do was fix it. To correct the issue is put a smaller cabinet there. That's all they had to do, because that was not something that was original to the building. They put that cabinet in there when they
did.
renovated it.
Yeah, they did.
All they had to do was put a smaller cabinet. That's it.
Yeah,
That's that simple fix.
that would have been
The other one you were talking about, that was original. That was original
that was
construction.
all the
That's a
original.
totally different thing.
Yeah,
I can't blame them for that. That's the way that things were built back then. But this hotel, like I said, the cabinet was just too big for that room. That's what it is.
right. And the other hotel, though, when we went
They were
back,
very accommodating.
they were like, "Oh, we so apologize. Yeah, all of our rooms are like that because it's the original setup, and so
That's
they
how the building was made.
yeah,
was built.
so they allowed us to, you know, cancel our reservation at no cost.
Yeah, so I mean, that's cool too.
Yeah, but this place, mostly mad about the valet and charging a resort fee with no notification. I
Right.
just think that's wrong. You should disclose those things.
Yes.
And so we'll see. The assistant manager, whatever, said that
Took all of our info.
He got all my info, said he's going to see what he could do to make it up to us.
Which is really weird too, because we booked under my name, but he took all your info.
Well, he said he also had it in our reservation.
Okay. But anyway, so we got here to the market. Let's go walking around. Are we gonna bring any bags with us?
Yeah, we got the bags for Coda, so
Yes.
we'll bring that.
Yes.
Thanks,
Thank you again,
Coda.
Coda. So, this farmer's market was kind of meh. We had a high point. I mean, the guy running the kombucha shop he was really friendly. We bought 2 bottles from him.
Yeah.
And he told us they have a
refillable.
location that's not on the island. It's actually by Baybrook Mall, which is close to where I used to live, actually, near Webster.
Yeah, so and we got to sample a lot of. It was kind of like Buddha's brew, where you got to sample them ahead of time. I bet he would have even mixed them up for us.
Right.
I should have done that. I should have said the blueberry and the blackberry mixed.
Right.
Oh well.
And the bottles we bought are refillable too, so that's what I really like.
Yeah, they were the 32 ounce.
Yeah.
For $15, and yeah, they're refillable. Tell them the flavor you got.
I got mango, of course.
Yeah, and I got the blackberry.
They had several different. They had a lemon cayenne. I'm just not that big. That sounds good, kinda. The cayenne grabs me. I'm just not that big of a lemon fan.
Yeah. Well, when I
like it as an additive to stuff. I don't like it as the main ingredient.
Yeah, and when I tasted it, it was real sour, like lemon, like real lemon.
And I guess that's why.
Not
I like
sweet, and that is one of the things I hate is, salvage or architectural salvage warehouse open.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool. Don't look cool though.
That's another reason why we didn't spend that much time. One, it's very small, but two, it's starting to get hot again.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I mean, I handled the heat less than she handles it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, less than I do. Yeah.
Quarter mile, turn left on 29th Street, Martin Luther King Boulevard.
It was a very small one, and we walked around. A lot of the stuff was jams, jellies, pastries.
Yeah. A lot of prepared goods.
And my rule of thumb is, if we do go off plan, it's going to be a one-time, like at a restaurant. It's not going to be where I'm buying it and bringing it home.
Speaking of, I did go off plan 2, maybe 3 meals this weekend. If you'll see in the pictures, I'm not going to post them here in this, but I'll leave a link at the end of the video if y'all want to go see the food of what I had. It'll be listed like I always do. It's just, I don't want to trigger anybody and posting it in this video. So if you do want to go look at it, I'll have a link. I'll post the video like I normally do. It means it probably won't get a bunch of views, which is fine. I want to be transparent with everybody.
Martin Luther King Boulevard.
I did have a planned deviation because
we did.
I still have a craving for bread, even 5 years in being keto.
Yeah, that was really. And then
800 feet, turn right onto Harborside Drive.
And then this morning, when we ate breakfast out. But I feel like overall, you still got your steak and, your eggs and everything, which was good.
Yes.
Take the second right onto
And then,
Harborside
like, even
Drive.
pre-keto has always been meat heavy. That's my main attraction has always been the meat.
But, we did, y'all, so I'm sorry. But it was basically planned. I said, if the opportunity presented itself, then but I felt like last night at dinner we did really well because we both had seafood. Yes. You had like every seafood.
Yeah, I had a little bit of everything. I even added an extra to it.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to tell so we went to Gjetost last night. I guess we should say, okay, so we checked into the hotel.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Turn right onto 24th Street.
So we checked, or I guess actually after we did the bookstore, you said you enjoyed the bookstore.
I really did. I thought it was the staff was very friendly. The place was decorated nice. It was arranged. I don't know. I was impressed with it. It was pretty cool. Yeah,
kind of like how you've seen bookstores in movies. That's what it felt like.
Yes.
Like one of those like old bookstores that if you went to the corner somewhere, there probably is like a ghost or a guardian angel there to, was it a godmother or fairy? I don't know. But anyways, it felt like that. Like, they would have fun with it. But yeah, I
was impressed.
Yeah, and we enjoyed that, and we got coffee, or I got coffee at the one coffee shop, and which was around the corner because we both needed to use the restroom, and I always feel bad anyways. If we have to use the restroom at like a restaurant or something, I feel like, or like at a coffee shop or somewhere, I feel like you should buy something from them, if you're going to use their restroom. So, and they did have a sign that said customer only, but still, I just feel like even if they didn't have that sign, I felt I would have to buy something from them.
Because, like, my thing was,
Turn right
from working
onto
construction
22nd
so many
Street, then
years,
turn left onto Avenue
I
B.
hate using porta-cans.
Ugh.
So I found a loophole, a workaround for that, as I would find a grocery store, like a Kroger, H-E-B, or something like that,
Turn left onto Avenue B
or
to the
even
straight.
better, a
Then your
bank.
destination will be on
Bank
the
in their
left.
lobby always have really good bathrooms.
Yeah.
So I would go use those while I was out and about. Because I was driving house to house, so it was easy. So
Yeah.
I've just incorporated that when we're traveling. I'll tell her to go find, instead of trying to find a gas station, because those were always nasty, I just feel like I need a shower just from just walking into the bathroom.
Person lean or getting here?
So instead of doing that, I'll just go to, like I told her, go to the grocery store or
Your
something.
destination is on the left.
Yeah, but that wasn't available. But
Yeah.
we found the coffee shop, so we went in there, and then after the sorry, I'm looking. And then
You
after
gotta find a parking spot. It's only street parking down here.
Yeah,
It's old part of Galveston.
yeah. I think this might be the Strand.
But
I
it's
don't
also
see.
it's almost noon, so
Yeah.
everything's already starting to fill up.
Yeah, it is.
And the only thing open is the non-spot, the no parking areas.
And of course.
Oh, what about there, right in front of that Bronco? Or is that the driveway?
Oh,
the
is that this
alley?
red car?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, right there. Just turn around and come back and pull that
Yeah.
one. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just pull in that alley, turn around, and come back.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah.
Um.
I mean, it's right before the red.
Yeah, Carol Loha. This is definitely the Strand. Yeah,
And Del Sol.
Strand. Right.
Because also the traffic's really bad here too. Because right here it's by the port.
Yeah, the port and the Strand and everything else. Right.
And this is where everything's happening.
Right.
And worst case, if you're in there a little while and I have to move, at least I'll wait in the car. You run and get what you got, and I'll move the car if need be.
Oh. Okay.
Well, like I said,
Something went wrong.
well, you know what you're looking for. All I'm gonna do is slow you down. And plus, this way here, if we end up having to move the car, I just love that we have a backup camera. That makes this so much easier.
It really does. Yeah, I see the lights, so we're good here.
Man, fantastic.
But
I know. I feel like we're getting. Oh no, this is bad though.
huh?
Saltwater toffee.
No, saltwater soul.
Oh, okay, never mind. Because I thought it was a candy shop.
No.
I used to have a kryptonite for that too. I've outgrown that part though.
Yeah, so we went after the bookstore. Then that's when we went.
Dog.
I know. That's when we went to the festival, right? And I enjoyed the festival. So you did have to have a ticket. We had our tickets, and we went in, but it was all out in the yard, so it was very, very.
And it was
unlevel.
the grass was tall. That's the part of the problem too. The grass was tall, and there was potholes all in the grass.
Yeah.
So the grass was so tall, I couldn't find the holes that well. So I felt very uneasy there.
Until you found the hole.
Yeah.
But we did that, and that was a lot of fun. But I think you were getting hot, and
Yes.
you were nervous because you
Yes.
at first found a place to sit.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. There was like a little waiting area. There's one guy hanging out underneath a canopy, playing on his phone. So I was wondering, chit-chatted with him, and there was a chair up
But
against.
he's not social.
There was a chair up against the wall, one of those plastic chairs. Those what do you call them? They're like plastic lawn chairs. I sat in it real gingerly, carefully, but it didn't really feel load-bearing, and it kept making sounds. I thought it was fixed. I thought it was going to be an ejection seat. So I got up and moved. I saw there's Adirondack chairs, wooden chairs, like 5 or 6 of them or something like that, across the way a little bit. I was asking homeboy if I could sit on them. He's like, well, there's nobody there, so I don't see why not. So I waited a little while, and I walked over, sat in one of them, and it was a little tight fit, so I kind of wiggled a little bit and braced myself off the armchair, the arm handle, or whatever you call it, armrest, and it broke off. So that was fun too. But I was able to still sit in it for a while. It's just I had to sit there looking silly in a broken chair.
Aww.
But And then I went walking around a little further, and I saw where they're doing construction underneath the house. That
yeah, they're doing a lot on that.
It's
house.
a pier and beam because it's Galveston. It's up here by the water. They have to build it up a little bit to keep it from flooding as best as possible. But so I saw where they had 4x4 posts propping everything up when they're working on it. There's a bunch of stuff down there. So I just went walking around. It was really cool too because it's down in the shade. And I found a bucket, so I just flipped it upside down and sat on it and leaned up against the wall.
Well, I wonder if that was the collapsed garage, because they said there used to be a garage, and they showed pictures, and they said before it collapsed.
Oh, wow, that may be. But then also I saw after I already got down, sat down and got comfortable, across the way was another little folding lawn chair. Was like the fabric style, I was like, I don't think that's going to support me. I'm good on this bucket right now. Let's not test fate. So I just hung out and played on my phone until Shelly finished up inside the house.
Oh, yeah.
I was just nervous about going in the house because one, it's 2 or 3 stories tall, and I want to deal with stairs. And then I don't know how well or how
level.
Not necessarily that, but how decorated it was. Because I know a lot of times they'll put stuff real close together too. And my mobility problems and me being hot and everything and using the cane, I didn't know how well I'd be able to navigate through there. So I was like, hey, you just go ahead and check it out. I'll just hang out. And it's cool.
In my warden report, I showed in the inside, it wasn't, so they had the first floor, which the first floor was after a flight of stairs. And the stairs were a bit uneven. And there was a lot, because this mansion, I think it was built in 1830s. And so a lot of the flooring and all that is still uneven because, the ground settles.
Right.
And, over almost 200 years, there are parts, and there was parts they had actually cones and stuff so that you would know, don't stop or don't sit there.
Right.
But
Warnings,
the first floor was very open. They did have a lot of seating inside, antique seating.
That's what I'm scared of too, though. I don't want to sit on those and break on those,
I was scared too, but I did sit on one.
Sometimes with that stuff, you just look at it the wrong way and it breaks.
I know, but I did sit on an antique couch and it held. But I was very, very concerned. Does anybody else get that? Like I told. I did get a reading, y'all, and I told the lady, because she just had antique chairs, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to hold up. I'm nervous. And she goes, oh, no. She goes, I already tested because she is a bigger person, too. She goes, I tested them first. She goes, I hate when that happens, so I wanted to make sure I had sturdy chairs here.
But speaking of stairs, also, though, I was just seeing you have to take stairs to get up here to the walkway here. It just reminds me, though. Now, when they build homes with stairs, because that's another thing that concerned me about going over there. Now they have building code. They have to have the length of the steps,
the pitch,
front to back. No, the length, front to back, has to be a certain width.
Yeah.
And then the height, the rise has to be so it's natural when you're walking.
Yeah.
Back then, when they built those, they didn't have any of that. So
you can tell these are. Look at those. Those are 3 different heights there.
That's what I'm saying. So it makes it very hard for somebody like me to navigate.
Especially when you have your big old boat feet.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then there was one we walked through the other day where it had handrails, but they're way down on the ground.
Yeah, that was into the hotel.
That was like 5 mouse size.
I know, like he's almost bent over, holding on to it.
Yeah. So that is always a concern too when I'm going into antique stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I chose not to actually go inside of it.
Yeah, and there wasn't, that's the one thing they said about, so I think it's like the Galveston Historical Society or something. So they bought this mansion in 21, and it was pretty much in despair. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah. And so they've been working on it, right? Because they have to do fundraisers. So that's why having like this Ghost Coast Festival. What?
Well, the screen went all blank. I don't know if it died.
I see the screen.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
But like the Ghost Coast Festival and the Steam Pump Festival, all of those basically are helping them get money to repair this house. And you'll see in the warden report, you know, they still have a long ways to go. So they had the first floor open, which I went to, and I walked all around that. Yeah, there was seating, but it was very uneven, but it wasn't crowded. It felt very open.
Okay.
The second floor, you had to go up. See, to me, a lot of times when I think of a second floor, it's just one flight of stairs, but this was like 3, because you had to go up a little bit here, a little bit up here, and then a big one up here, and then a few more. So it's a big stair up to the second floor.
There's the next problem, too, though. Not only are the steps not equal, you know, easy to navigate, but then they also get narrow, too.
Yeah, they do. I mean, this was a grand staircase.
I know, but still.
But remember back then, like we're used to now, most floors are what, 8 to 10 feet tall? If that. This was like 20 foot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Then.
I imagine. It was like, I couldn't have reached the ceiling.
No,
you couldn't have. You know, back then...
There's no standards back then. They just did what they wanted to do.
Well, not so much standards, but, you know, back then, and really historical, you had big open spaces.
Right, that's
you
true,
had,
too.
Especially if you were a wealthy family, you had those huge rooms that, you know, were really high up there. You know, like 8 to 10 foot, that would be like a poor person's house.
Right.
And back then, you know, it was very common to have 12, 15, 20 foot.
Slide left.
So, once again, the sun got to me and nuked it. Turned off the phone, and then it wouldn't even charge for a while because it was just too hot. We finally got it to cool off. Fingers crossed this keeps working. And I, in fact, undid the mount from the windshield, so now it's in a different position, so I'm still kind of playing with it to see if this works a little better.
I was going to ask you, I saw Buc-ee's. Do you want to go? Or?
Yes!
Oh, shoot. I missed the exit. As you were chit-chatting.
Well, it's on the wrong side of the road, too, isn't it? So just keep an eye out, stay in the right lane or whatever, and see whatever you see.
What was it we wanted to get at Buc-ee's?
The bathroom.
Well, we just went.
I know. I don't know. Because most of their stuff's honestly not keto-friendly, to be honest with you. It's really not.
Yeah.
And I guess it's different for me too, because I grew up here where Buc-ee's started. So the whole, what do you call it? The fad, the hype is all done for me. Because I went to the original. It's like a little bitty small one.
Yeah.
I remember the one there we used to go through all the time, or at least I used to, anyways. Right there where I used to live, there's like one of the originals. It's a little small, and all it was a gas station.
Right.
So it's like it's nothing for me. I'm
and I think it's different when you're on a road trip.
Right.
Because it makes sense. You're on a road trip, and we have, like, most of the time when we go to Austin or San Antonio, we do stop at one because they do have very clean bathrooms.
Yes, that's the only draw to me, honestly.
Yeah.
And the parking's good, too.
Yeah.
It's easy to get in and out. Man, the bathrooms are immaculate.
And we've noticed when we travel with the dogs, they usually have an area where you can take the dogs to go use the restroom, too, which is nice. Again, when you're road tripping.
Yeah.
But yeah, the food, I mean, you just have to really watch.
And read.
Here's my thing, too. Sorry, y'all. I know some people love their brisket.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. At least, I'm a little bougie. I'm a little pickier.
Yeah.
Because we were just talking about that, too. We were visiting before I got all this set up. We were talking about maybe doing another cruise sometime, but then the more we talk about it, the more we say no because we're not impressed with the food. The only way, the last time we had a carnival, we had to pay extra to get the specialty dining.
Yeah.
The regular dining rooms just didn't do nothing for us. We're just too picky.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is with Buc-ee's, too. We're not impressed with their food.
Well, and here's the thing. If you're new to our channel, before
That's what I was afraid of.
Oh.
That's why I had to move it down to let it rest.
You're flashing your legs. I was going to say, pre-keto, we were foodies. We were heavily involved in the foodie scene of Houston, which is pretty big. There's, there's some serious foodie people. Let's put it that way. And so we're just picky. And that's what I was telling Heath earlier. I was like, I mean, I like to save money, but like someplace somebody says, oh, you got to go here, it's so cheap. But if the food is cheap, I would rather just save my money than just to pay for cheap food.
My rule is quality over quantity.
Yeah, and I think that's our thing, you know, when it comes to Buc-ee's. Again, if you're on a road trip, yeah, you can, you know, like we've gotten before, their little meat and cheese trays or the boiled eggs and cheese. All of their jerky has sugar in it, so, you know, up to you how you want to do that.
I haven't found any of them that doesn't.
Right. And then, again, just the brisket, it's, when you've had really good Texas brisket, you're just kind of like, yeah.
Throw rocks at the other stuff.
What was it? We watched the one guy that always does the Southern reels, and he said it's like they made Dickies to confuse the
out-of-towners.
tourists.
Right.
So the tourists think they're getting Texas barbecue by going to Dickies.
Right.
And so then that way the really good barbecue places aren't as busy.
Right.
And I feel like that's how we kind of view that too. Like, yeah, you go to Buc-ee's and get brisket, but if you want something really good, you're going to have to go find an actual where the pit master's there smoking it.
Because my rule, if a barbecue place is open after 2 p.m., there's an issue.
If they're not sold out.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're still open and not sold out by 2 p.m., why are you eating there? What is wrong with their food is my thing. And I've noticed in Texas that barbecue and barber shops are never open on Mondays.
That's true.
None of the good ones are. If they're still open on Monday, I'm suspect of them. There's something going on here. There's something fishy here.
Yeah.
That's just not traditional.
Yeah.
So I'm always suspect. I mean, it may sound smutty, but I'm just suspect of it.
But anyhow, yeah, so what we were talking about before
The phone catered.
our rant, so we went to the festival, and then at one point, because I was still inside looking at everything, you decided you were getting too hot.
Yes.
Right? And it was hot, y'all. Even in the house, even though they had windows and doors and all that open, and they had a couple fans, you know, like the big fans blowing air, it just still, it was just a hot afternoon.
And I bet because it was an antique house, they didn't have central air because they didn't have that when it was built.
Well, right. Well, they might have added it at one point, but yeah, it's not working right now.
Right.
But it was really hot, and I know the car said it was 99 degrees. I mean, I think it was supposed to get to 95 yesterday, but it felt
worse.
hot. And I think a lot of it is because you would think being in Galveston, there would be more breeze, but there really wasn't any breeze. Did you? I never felt breeze.
I didn't feel one, honestly, until I went under the house and sat down. That's the only time I ever felt it.
Every once in a while I'd feel one outside, but it was like enough to be like, oh, that feels good, and now I don't.
And another thing we forgot to do, we own 2 of those neck fans.
Oh,
we should have brought those with us.
Yes, the cooling things.
Yes. So we have about 12 of those.
So you went and sat in the car while I finished up, and I watched, you know, like a few things. What's it say?
Keep left in the fork to continue on Gulf Freeway.
I wonder if I get the HOV lane, right?
Yes.
It's the fast lane.
As often as possible.
So, you waited in the car, and then I had to give you the directions.
I forgot where we were at.
You got turned around.
The heat does that to me.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you think it's like MS related, or is it just heat?
I think so. I think it was about, because honestly, I don't remember that happening before.
Yeah, because it's like when we crossed, because we had to park, there's a church, and they said we can use their parking lot, and they did have like a handicap parking space, which was great, but it was like when we crossed the street over to the festival and then got into it, I think it like turned you around, like you forgot which way we came from.
I'm navigationally deficient. Oh, whoa, what was that?
What?
Oh, I thought you left the road that got into
I didn't see
the feeder.
Yeah. I didn't see that was closed.
Oh, yeah, good eye. I didn't see that either.
They give warnings on that if you try.
out with them some more.
And then we went to dinner. So where did we go for dinner last night?
Gjetost seafood restaurant. That was really, really good.
Yes, it's right on the seawall. It's kind of a tradition, I feel like. And I embraced you into the tradition, right?
Because honestly, I'd never been there before we got together. I had never been there before.
Really?
Yeah. My family's never gone there. My family's never been, no.
Wow.
I don't remember, it was like growing up and everything, I don't remember ever eating on Galveston.
Oh, wow. So maybe that's why you're also not that
keen on Galveston.
Oh, wow.
All my memories growing up, especially going like to the beach in Galveston, I just remember it being really, really dirty. And I just not impressed with the island. Just something about it, no.
Well, I think
skeeves me out.
I did go to the beach a little bit growing up, but again, just not crazy about the beach.
That's what part of it too, I think.
Yeah, but like my mom was always like, Galveston, that we're gonna eat at that fancy place. That was her idea.
Right.
And I don't think your family was ever like, oh, let's eat somewhere fancy. They were just like, where can we eat for a big family that's cheap?
Yes.
So maybe we'll just go here and get some fries and burgers.
Yes. Well, then that, when I was living with my dad, it was a family of 7. It was a blended family. Oh, wow. So then that's the other thing too. You want to do it cheap, and it's fixing to die again. It's graying out like it.
Oh, is it
still too hot?
Is it hot?
The phone is not, no. But we're just gonna ride with it until it does.
Yeah. So, anyways, we went to Gjetost. It is fancy, and we both got dressed up.
I'm mad about that too, because everything on the website says it's dress code enforced. So I put on long jeans, I wore a button-up shirt, and they said no ball caps, which I always wear a hat. Anytime I go out in public, I feel naked without it. We get there, I saw at least no less than 12 people wearing ball caps and shorts. I was like, what in the hell? So I was kind of mad about that too. But I feel like really though, honestly, sitting back now, I'm just choosing to complain.
I know, and
it's all first world problems,
right?
Huh?
That is a fine line.
Right.
Like at the hotel, was I right in being upset?
I think so, especially with the $40 and the valet. Yeah. I think that's what I'm saying. That's an elitist thing. Anyways, I'm complaining about valet.
Yeah, I know.
But at the same token, I'm putting out the money for it. That's what makes me mad, because we spent that much money to stay there, but we would have got better service at a lower,
at a Candlewood,
cheaper place.
Yeah, for a fourth of the price, we could have stayed at Candlewood
and gotten better service. Actually, I feel like that's what makes me mad, is spending that much money and not getting what you would.
Yeah, not getting the experience of being at a nice hotel.
Right.
Well, so Gjetost, you got. Do you remember what?
I wrote it down.
Okay.
I took a picture of the menu, but I can't remember what it is now. I know I got the snapper.
You got the combination plate, so it has deep sea scallops,
shrimp,
and a fillet of snapper, and then you added the topping with the Asiago cream sauce with crawfish.
Yes.
And did they put that on just the fillet or everything?
Everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then as a side dish, I did an upcharge for their salad.
Yeah.
As a side salad, and then I got it was the creamy garlic onions dressing. That was really good. We got to figure out a way to make that too.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I love going out to eat. I steal their ideas and try and recreate them back home and make them myself.
Yeah.
I learn from them.
But what I liked is all of their dressings and sauces were all in-house made.
Yes, I love that too. And then on the other side I got was the tomatoes. What was it?
Yeah, the Parmesan broiled tomatoes.
And I was imagining, they were really good, but I was imagining like cherry tomatoes drizzled with the cheese on top and then broiled. Well, what they took sliced tomatoes and did that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to try doing that on myself, but I'm going to do it both ways to see which way I like better. Because I really like the heated cherry tomatoes. I like when they pop in your mouth.
Yeah,
That's really delicious.
So, you basically got 4 different seafood items on one plate.
Yes.
But which was your favorite seafood item on the plate?
The scallops.
Yeah, you kept going, oh my gosh, your scallops so good.
And it's really bad too because they have a plate of just scallops I could have got.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah,
Well, I like samplers though.
But you also were wanting snapper.
Yes.
You kept you kept gravitating to the snapper.
And also with that dish, the only option you had was either catfish or a snapper. And
Right.
I don't know. That's another thing too. Maybe I'm just being picky. I played out with the catfish. I grew up eating that.
Yeah.
But every time I ever had it was always fried. But still, I can get catfish anytime, anywhere. That's what I was thinking.
Well, and then the other reason we had picked Gjetost is they have this like oyster deluxe platter, where
Right.
it's all of their
Another sampler, right?
yeah, sampler of their oysters that are roasted or char grilled
And
with
raw.
different flavors. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is not oyster season yet.
Right.
That he said that doesn't start till November.
So
So
if we
that
can
was a
come back,
little
we're gonna go
sad.
back. Right.
Yeah, he was like, all we have here is it's crab season because they go with whatever is fresh out of the Gulf.
Which is smart because that's what we're taught to eat
Well,
ancestrally.
Right.
So we're being in. It's right in step with that. So that's
And I'm
perfect.
sure their crab is amazing because their big logo is a huge blue crab.
Right.
But yeah, so they
Just
didn't
put in
have,
the mood.
Yeah, and the oysters they had were East Coast oysters, which are good,
Yeah.
but they didn't have that platter though.
Right.
And then, but that was really good though. I thought the service was good.
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
That's another reason why we go there.
Well, remember that one waiter came over. I guess he didn't think we were because he was
No,
like,
that's good,
"Have
too.
you been waited on?"
Right. We had just turned in our waiter had taken our order, took our menus, and went to go get it. Put the order in for us. It's been a while, but I mean, that doesn't bother me because that means it's being fresh made.
Yeah.
That you have to wait for that. But it was just cool though. The other waiter was tending his area and saw us just sitting there, so he came to check on us, which I think is really good. That's good service on the restaurant's part. They've trained their people right.
Right.
That's commendable.
But the other thing that kind of made me sad is they make their own in-house Texas pecan coffee,
All right.
and they were out.
Yeah.
So I got their Guatemala coffee, but I was like, oh man, I really wanted the Texas pecan. I love Texas pecan, y'all. But that was nice. And then after that, we went back to the hotel, parked in the parking garage.
Right. Oh, that's another story too.
Oh.
What happened today? We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
Remember it. We made this turn us off. Maybe I don't know.
So we went to back to the hotel, and I think at that point it was only like 8. It seemed quite early.
It was.
Because we didn't do any of the other like paranormal or ghost tours of any kind. We just decided it's going to be late.
Right. We're just old.
And so we went back to the hotel and
just relaxed.
Yeah.
Went to bed early.
And then we got up this morning, and then what? What else did you want to say?
Oh, this morning, because we had to park in the garage, we went down and kind of cried on their shoulders about all the rigmarole with everything. So the manager took all of our information, said they're going to get back in touch with us. So we're waiting to see on that what's going to happen. But I sat there at the front by the valet holding the luggage, and she walked off to the garage to get the car to come back. But user error on our part. She took the keys, took the car, but didn't take the wallet so she could pay for parking to get out. So my goofy had to drag the luggage the whole 2 blocks. I know, rough life, Heath. But I had to drug the luggage 2 blocks over to her to the parking garage. I had to stand right there in front of the gate. And I walked around the gate. There was enough room I could walk around it. And handed her the card so she could pay to actually get the gate to open so we could drive out. And then we pulled to the side, and I was able to load everything. It's just the whole fiasco. It was just user error on our end.
I know. We didn't even think about it because
We're
not used to that.
in poker, we call that on tilt.
Oh?
We weren't thinking correctly.
Yeah.
There's positive tilt and negative tilt.
Oh, we were on
Which on the next hand, we're in the negative tilt, yeah. That means the previous hand affects how you play the next hand. You're on tilt from that. And that's the way we were doing. We let the previous interactions affect how we're dealing with this one. So we weren't thinking straightly. Yeah.
Straightly, yeah.
Correctly.
See, we're obviously still on the negative tilt here, right? And so that was fun. And then we went from there, and we canceled the reservation for the because we were kind of mad. We were like, why should we give that hotel any more money?
Because the breakfast buffet sounded amazing, and it was a huge seafood offerings on that. But it was what? It ended up being at $160 for the two of us.
Yeah, $80.
Just a couple of dollars short, but I'll just round up. Maybe it meant $170 after you put in a tip.
Yeah, because I'm sure
Or
they
more.
want tip even though you're doing it all yourself.
Right. And then we saw them actually setting it all up, and that even helped us decide that we made the best choice. Because we're not big buffet fans. The only time I ever actually enjoy going to one is like the Brazilian joints. Because I feel like they do most of the work for you. I don't know, you throw a sneeze guard into a restaurant, and it feels icky.
Well, that
to
didn't
me.
even have a sneeze guard.
Right, that's true,
It was
too.
just open to everybody.
Right? But they were serving you, so that is good too.
On some of it.
Yeah.
And well, because they have an omelet station, which I thought was good.
Yeah.
They have a waffle station. They have prime rib, and if they even had the oysters, since it's not oyster season,
Right, that's true, too.
they might have just had the crab and shrimp was do it yourself, and a lot of the others were do it yourself.
Yeah.
But anyways, we didn't do it, and
But on the same token, though, it's kind of good watching them set it up. That means they do it right there before they serve it.
Right, that's true. So we ended up going this other place that was highly rated as like, here's where you go for breakfast. The Sunflower Cafe and Bakery.
Yeah, bakery and cafe.
Oh,
I think
okay.
bakery is the biggest thing.
Oh.
Remember when I first went, I was like, oh no, I don't know if we want that. But
Yeah, we went there, and I saw all these people, and I was like, oh, and it said normally there's a wait. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go find parking.
she dropped me off, went to find parking. That was awesome too, because I went in the wrong door. I went to the takeout door by accident, and I was told how to navigate back to the actual front of the entrance and find the hostess stand. And I told them I need a table for two, and she started to put me on the list. And I thought it was going to be like a 30-40 minute wait or whatever from what we were reading. She's like, oh no, follow me, come on, I got a table right here. I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, well, I got a message. I said, come on in, and I was like, go ahead, park, come on in. We got a table. And she was excited about that too. That was handy.
Yeah, and I only had to park a block away, so
Yeah.
it wasn't that far.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that was,
Moved on us. We hit a pothole.
yeah,
Is that better, or you want to fix it again?
I can't tell. I'm driving.
It's too dark, dude. But I don't know. I just want to get you better in the frame.
But it was a really good breakfast.
It was
Service
really
was
good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I like their mugs.
Because I got the steak and eggs,
Yeah.
and the
that was-
ribeye.
Yeah.
But then as I'm reading down the list, they had another dish.
Barbacoa
Yeah.
omelet.
And then they had a guajillo chili sauce
Oh,
that goes
yeah.
in it. And I was like, so I asked the guy, I said, look. Oh, but it was served with beans, and I'm just not a big fan of beans anymore. So I asked the dude, I said, okay, look, check it out. I want the steak and eggs, but can I get a little side of the guajillo chili sauce? I want to pour it over it. And he said, yeah, sure, I can do that. No problem at all. And he ends up bringing me two.
Well, that was good because
Yeah.
you were able to put on your eggs and your steak.
Yes, it was immaculate.
Yeah. Yeah, that place was good. And then because we left early, because we checked out of the hotel early, and then we had breakfast, and then we were like, oh, the farmer's market's still going, which is where we started this. So we went to the farmer's market, and that was cool. Did you put the kombucha in the cooler?
It's cooler with the ice, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. I started to put in another cooler where you got the other thing in there. I was like, well, I don't want them banging against each other and breaking it.
Well, then they need to stay cool.
Right, that too.
But anyways, I mean, that was fun. We were hoping there would be more produce, but I heard, because of the various weather this year, that a lot of farmers have
Their
had
yield has been low.
Yeah, but still, it was good, especially after eating.
Yeah.
You know, always try to walk around, do some activities, so we did that.
Most of the little booths I saw all had a bunch of prepared foods.
Yeah.
And I was like, the stuff that I wasn't interested in, especially since we'd already eaten.
Right, and that's really good though.
Yeah.
To go when you're full.
That's why I've always been taught to do that when you're going to the regular grocery store.
I know.
Eat first and then go to the store.
Yes.
You'll end up buying less.
Exactly.
Little pro tip for y'all.
And then
That's a no charge too.
and then after that, we then went to the Strand, and I walked around that for a bit. And then we went to the Macio's Spice Company because I had read good things about that. So I was like, oh, let's go, because supposedly they had olive oils and all kinds of spices. They served lunch, but again, we were still full. Like, we're still full, and it's been, what, about 4 or 5 hours since we ate?
Yeah, it's almost 1. I'm still full.
No, it's almost 2, babe.
Oh, you're right. 1:54. Yeah, you're right, man. My bad.
Yeah, and I think we ate like around 9:30.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we went in there, and we had to use the restroom, so at least we got to do that.
That was weird too, because you had to go through part of the kitchen to get to it. Also, well, not necessarily the kitchen, but their
cleanup.
Yeah, their cleanup area, utility room. And it was a gender neutral single occupancy bathroom toilet. It wasn't even a bathroom because it was just a toilet.
Yeah.
And a sink.
So we did that, and we looked around at their spices, but it was kind of hard to look because they just kind of pop up lunch. So a lot of the tables,
right in the middle of
the store.
It's like the store and the dining room are the same room.
Yeah, so it was a little hard to walk.
It's like their serving food was like an afterthought.
Well, it really was.
Yeah.
But anyways, the one thing I saw, Renee, shout out, they had cans or jars of tomato gravy.
Yeah.
But I looked, and it was like, I think second or third from the last ingredient was sugar. So they do add a little sugar to it.
Well, that we can make our own.
Well, yeah, but I thought, oh, that would be cool to get tomato gravy, and then when Renee's here, we could be like, look, we got tomato gravy, and make some keto chow biscuits and pour it over.
There again, though, we can make our own, though.
Well, yeah, but I just figured she'd be like, oh, that's so cool.
Right.
Like actual tomato gravy, and it's
Prepared.
their house.
Well, that's cool
recipe.
too. Yeah, you're right. It is their recipe.
Right. It was, jarred under their name and everything.
Right.
And I was like, well, that would be cool. But anyhow, we didn't. So then we just ended up leaving.
And all the spices, they all look like the same thing I get at the regular grocery store. So I was like, they're probably going to pay extra for that. I don't know.
Right.
And it's not, we don't need anything right now, honestly.
No, we really don't.
We're pretty stocked up.
And now we're on our way home. Well, actually, we're on our way to Kroger and Dutch.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Well, because we've been talking about it for 3 days and we haven't had it.
We just had Dutch yesterday.
Why does it feel like it's been longer?
I don't know, because I
need my Dutch.
You like to complain.
Whatever.
And today we get a bonus.
Yeah. I was hoping it'd be more, because actually Friday was a bonus also.
It was the same bonus.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was hoping today's would be more.
More than 50 points.
Yeah, they've done more before.
Yeah.
I was hoping us waiting would deliver us a bigger bonus.
Yeah.
Because we decided not to go on Friday to get some. Because I was even thinking I could go right after. I was thinking that she could go before I got off work. She could have went and got us some, or I'd go right after work, rush back and get it and be back. Or I was even asking, I was going to see if my mom would stop and get it for us to tell her to pick up. We pay online, and she'd pick it up for us. I was like, it ain't worth it. Especially if we're going to do it tomorrow and Sunday. We don't need to go 3 days in a row.
Exactly. And I'd already.
But Friday was a $50 point bonus.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking if they did a bonus today, it'd be more than 50.
Yeah.
I'm just being greedy.
But I did figure in going to Dutch in our budget twice this weekend. since it's our little getaway. So
We usually go at least once a week.
yeah, usually just once a week.
Right.
Because remember, you want your YouTube premium, so we cut out the second.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so we did that, and now, so we're heading now to Dutch, and then Kroger to get a few groceries we need for the week.
And she's got a bonus where she gets free bacon. That's the only reason why we're making a special trip to Kroger. Because
Yeah.
we really don't honestly need anything from Kroger.
No. Well, and I do need gas, and I've got
Oh.
40 cents off a gallon.
That's even better. Yeah, because you're at what?
Yeah.
A minute ago you were at a quarter tank, but yeah, you're getting close. We need gas. We
We
need.
got 48 miles left on this tank.
We need gas. Yeah. I just want gas. Need gas.
Yes. So, otherwise, how has your week been with your MS? Since we didn't do a live today, how are you feeling with your MS this week?
Actually, doing fine. I'm doing really good, actually.
You did use your cane,
Yeah.
yesterday and a little bit today. How?
Just to make sure, because my thing is, I'd rather have it and not need it than
Yeah.
need it and not have it.
Yeah.
So it's my security cane. I carry it just in case.
Right.
There's a couple of weeks ago, whenever we were doing something, I don't know what it was now, and I went ahead and brought it just in case because I was feeling a little awkward that day. It's been in the car, so I'm like, well, I don't have to reload it or anything. I'm just glad it just stays in the car. So that was handy. So.
And
I forgot to tell him I also messed up when we were loading up to leave town, to head over here. I had made me like 3 or 4, sorry, 2 or 3 electrolyte relights. I already pre-made them,
Yeah.
and then I had a couple of extra bottles empty, so I filled them up with tea. We brought the cooler with ice, so I was going to bring those with us. A dumbass forgot them. They're still in the house right now. So it's not all is lost. I'll still be able to drink them once we get home.
yeah.
And then once we get home, I need to make another batch of my hard-boiled eggs. I only have 4 left. That'll get me through to tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
Or we're thinking I might go ahead and eat them today just in case. Because I really do treat those like my medicine. They seem to really help me.
Yeah.
But she said I had those 3 fried eggs at breakfast, brunch or whatever. So she thinks I don't really need them. But I'm thinking, well, if I do start getting snacky later, at least I can eat those eggs.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say you don't need them. It just, I don't feel like you have to. Cause,
Yeah.
with those runny yolks you ate, the runnier the yolk, the more nutrients you're going to get.
Because my favorite is a sunny side up egg.
Yeah.
Because I love that, especially with the steak. And then you
Oh
dip it
my
in. Oh,
gosh.
that's so good.
And that Guajillo chili
Yes,
sauce all
that
mixed
was
together.
good. That was so good. And what I really loved too, when the steak came out, you could tell it was grilled. It had the nice, perfect hash marks on it.
Oh, I love a nice grilled steak.
The only downside to that, though, honestly, it was a little bit of a thin cut. But for the price, what do you expect?
I know, right?
You're not gonna expect an inch thick.
Because even
Or bone in, you know?
tip,
Yeah.
and I had coffee. Normally we only drink water, but I splurged on coffee, and we got a little appetizer and both of our meals. And with tip was still cheaper than it would have cost one of us to eat that
Little
brunch
buffet.
at the hotel. So that's pretty good there. I feel like that's a
Well, since we're really, really talking about food so much, we need to put them on notice too. Though, is it this Saturday?
Yes.
Is the cook along Saturday night, the monthly Saturday night supper club?
On the 19th.
She said tomorrow she could be sending out the emails.
Yeah.
So if you're not subscribed or a full member for that, go ahead and now's the time to get in, because this month's cook along is immaculate. I am so proud of this one. I think it's the best one we've ever done.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like last month's the chili casserole.
Oh, that one. Okay.
That
So
was
it's
so
neck and neck,
good.
honestly. But okay, I guess the reason why, because I've seen all the possibilities of other things we could do with it also.
Yeah. But I feel that one basically went viral for us, because I
Yes.
think it's over 7,000 views on the chili relleno.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
It
That's
just,
amazing. So
it.
what you're telling me then is I need to link to that one here to get a few more on it.
Right, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But I know, I was just shocked, y'all.
Yes.
Just, I guess, timing sometimes.
Yeah.
Timing, and just like our other one that's, I think, has the most or the second most views
It's
is
the meat slicers?
fish.
Oh, the fish, yeah.
Yeah, the air fryer trout.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I never know.
How's it going to land?
Yeah, because some things I've been like, oh, this is amazing. Like our carnivore potato salad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, a lot of people got to see this because
And nobody
it's
cared.
carnivore and all that. And yeah, it just didn't hit like I thought it would. I don't know. I don't know the method to the madness, y'all. But it's nice when it does happen.
Yes.
Especially when it's unexpected.
Oh, that chili on it is so good.
Right?
I want that now. Dang it.
Are we almost on our side of town?
Yes, we are.
Wow, that was fast, y'all.
Yeah, it was really quick.
So how else were things?
Yeah, it says 22 minutes.
Oh, nice.
I think I
How
hit
else
something on
did
your phone, though.
Okay, how about this? Let's do real talk, because we mentioned we went off playing.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I feel fine, actually.
Because I know some people, if they go off playing,
It totally
they'll
wrecks
feel
them.
really sick.
Yeah, I don't. I feel fine.
But how about your balance and your, I guess, coordination and stuff? Because sometimes that does affect you.
Yeah, but it hasn't.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right? No, but seriously, I feel fine.
Okay.
I'll feel even better once we get the Dutch. That's my superpower. That's why I really want to reach out to them, get them to be one of our sponsors.
Right.
As much as we church them up, they need to.
Right.
Give us some love.
Well, anything else? Because I feel like this has been going on for a while. Is there anything else you want to talk about in regards to your MS or that you want to ask them or anything?
No, I just ask y'all to keep praying for me and everything, and keep me in your thoughts and whatnot. And tell your friends, get us some more subscriptions, please. Some more subscribers, some more channel members. Because we want to almost, I don't know. I want our channel to grow. I want the supper club to be like the thing that everybody looks forward to every month.
Yeah, and let us know.
So much fun.
Those of you that are channel members, share below. Do you enjoy being part of our channel member community? Do you like that? Do you like what we offer? You know, give us some feedback or encourage other people who are maybe subscribers. Tell them why you want to. What would you say to convince somebody to be a channel member of ours?
Right, and I'm so proud, y'all. Y'all have touched me so much. Thank you. Just right here, because like I looked in our chat. We have our Facebook group, the Hungry Horde
Headquarters.
Yes, and there's a chat for that as well.
Yeah.
192 members in there, active.
Wow.
192 active users in that chat. Y'all,
Wow.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And I go in there every single day, and I just see everybody in there talking amongst each other about just everything.
And supporting each other.
Yes. And y'all go to each other for advice and consolement, or whatever's going on in your life. You turn to the Horde, and it just warms my heart, y'all. I'm glad I'm wearing sunglasses. Y'all can't see me start crying. Because it's just, this group has just done so much for me, and I feel like it's doing so much for everybody else too.
I hope so. Because that's really why you started the channel.
Yes.
Is to share your MS,
Yeah.
multiple sclerosis, how you're dealing with it, and to kind of have a community around you that, helps inspire you, and hopefully you inspire others,
Right.
and, we can really be a good community.
Because, it's been such a blessing. Because, there's that one time on the cruise, because I'm always talking about how I eat my eggs. And a guy walked up to me and goes, "Hey, man, I'm a channel member, blah, blah, blah. I was eating a Hungry Heath breakfast this morning. I had your eggs."
Aww.
And I was like, whoa, that just, floored me. Here it comes. But, I don't know, it's just, thank you. I don't know how else to say it. Words don't do it justice how much I love y'all guys. You guys. Thank you. Thank all of you.
Well, this is a good place, I think, to end it for this week. So thank y'all so much for being here. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new here, it really does help to hit the subscribe button. Like, really go and hit subscribe and then do the bell notifications so you find out, because every Friday,
6:30 Central, we go live for the Friday night feast. We'll cook up an entree, maybe a couple little snacks, show y'all how we do it, and then we spend our day just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. Hope you can tune in sometime. We'd love to have you over for dinner. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
And stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank y'all again for your continued support. Bye.
Bye.